Eala makes New Zealand stopover before Australian Open bid. Manila, Philippines, and there goes Eala in Oceania. Eala on Friday arrived in Auckland, New Zealand, before trooping to Melbourne for her much-awaited debut in the Australian Open. It will be a short stop for Eala in New Zealand, spending more time with her family to celebrate the new year ahead of the Australian major on January 12th to February 1st. The 20-year-old sensation celebrated the holidays, including Christmas in Macau, where she played in the 2025 MGM Macau Tennis Masters, an exhibition tourney featuring the world's rising stars and legends. And now comes the serious business for the Filipina juggernaut, not needing to go through the qualifiers for the first time in her booming career. Eala earned a direct entry in the 103-player main draw as top 100 player in the Women's Tennis Association rankings, placing at number 53 to start the year. A winner of the Australian Open Junior Doubles in 2020, Eala leveled up in the Women's Pro and got wildcard invites in the succeeding years, but could not get out of the qualifying rounds. Her latest setback in Melbourne was a 7-5, 6-2 defeat last year to Croatia's Jana Fett in round 1. The Australian Open main draw remains as the only major Eala has not played in after doing it so in the Wimbledon, French Open, and U.S. Open last year, following her WTA rise. She scored a 6-3, 2-6, 7-6, 13-11 victory over then world number 15 Clara Tauson of Denmark at the U.S. Open round 1 to become the first Filipina winner in any slam main draw. Eala is hoping to replicate the feat or go even deeper in Melbourne that will boast a stacked cast led by the world's top 5 players in Aryna Sabalenka of Belarus, Iga Swiatek of Poland, the American pair of Coco Gauff and Amanda Anisimova, and Elena Rybakina of Kazakhstan. The official draw for the main competition, firing off on January 18th after the week-long qualifier, is yet to be released. A possible first home tournament appearance for Eala at the Philippine Women's Open from January 26th to 31st at the Rizal Memorial Sports Complex will depend on her campaign in the Australian Open. A journey begins, a stop in New Zealand on the road to Melbourne. The dawn of a new tennis season often comes with a mix of hope, preparation, and quiet transitions. For Filipina tennis sensation Alexandra Eala, the beginning of 2026 has been no different, except at this time, every step she takes carries the hopes of an entire nation. At 20 years old, Eala stands on the brink of a new chapter in her career, her long-awaited main draw debut at the Australian Open, one of the 4 most prestigious events in tennis. But before she steps onto the hard courts of Melbourne Park, her journey takes an unexpected but purposeful detour, a short stopover in Auckland, New Zealand. Philstar.com. The calm before the storm. Auckland is a city where the breeze rolls off Waitemata Harbour and early morning mist hugs the skyline. For many athletes, New Zealand might just be another waypoint. But for Eala, this stop is symbolic, a brief respite between the joyous haze of the holidays and the laser focus required for elite competition. After spending Christmas playing at the 2025 MGM Macau Tennis Masters, an exhibition event that showcased rising stars and legends alike, Eala arrived in Auckland with her family. Celebrations, laughter, and the warmth of loved ones marked her initial days here, grounding her before the whirlwind ahead. Philstar.com. Unlike the usual immediate plunge into training camps or qualifiers, Eala's pause in New Zealand reflects a deeper strategy, a moment to reset the body and mind, to savor the calm before stepping into the arena of one of tennis' greatest stages. A milestone year and a new goal. The past year has already been monumental for Eala. In 2025, she etched her name into tennis history by becoming the first Filipina to win a main draw match at a Grand Slam, defeating then world number 15 Clara Tauson at the U.S. Open. Philstar.com. Her rise was not sudden, but it was spectacular. From wildcard entries and qualifying rounds to earning a direct main draw berth at a Grand Slam as a top 100 WTA player, now ranked number 53 and climbing. Philstar.com. Despite early exits in previous Australian Open qualifiers, she now enters the main draw without the grind of preliminary matches, a new privilege earned by her climb in the rankings. This isn't merely preparation, it's a statement. Eala is no longer a hopeful prospect. She is a contender. sun, sea, and strategy. Auckland offers more than family gatherings and scenic views. In the days following her arrival, Eala has been spotted fine-tuning her game on New Zealand courts, blending serene environments with disciplined practice. According to reports, she's also participating in competitive events like the WTA 250 ASB Classic in Auckland, a tournament that often doubles as an excellent warm-up for the Australian Open. DZRH News. Here, amidst the subtropical breeze and crisp court lines, Eala sharpens her strokes, points, and mental resilience. The ASB Classic fields strong opponents from around the world, offering the perfect balance of challenge and preparation. It invites both reflection and readiness, a bridge between rest and peak performance. This intentional pacing distinguishes her from many of her peers. Rather than diving straight into a languid travel-to-tournament routine, she embraces a thoughtful transition period, one that honors both her personal well-being and her competitive spirit. More than just matches, the human side of competition. Professional athletes often speak of the physical and technical sides of their craft, the hours of drills, movement patterns, strength conditioning, and match simulations. But there's another layer that's just as pivotal: the emotional and psychological rhythm of competition. For Eala, this stopover in New Zealand is a reminder of why she plays the sport she loves. In those few days with her family, away from the sharp eyes of critics and the noise of expectations, she's allowed to be a daughter, a sister, a friend, and then, just as fiercely, a champion in the making. This balance between personal grounding and professional ambition exemplifies a mature athlete's mindset. It's not about rushing to the next match. It's about arriving there fully prepared, both inside and out. The road to Melbourne, expectations and dreams. From January 12th to February 1st, the Australian Open will transform Melbourne into a global arena of dreams and drama. Tennis legends and rising stars will converge on blue plexicushion courts, each carrying their own narratives of triumph, pressure, and destiny. For Eala, the stakes are clear. This is the only Grand Slam she has yet to conquer. After tackling Wimbledon, Roland Garros, and the U.S. Open, and proving her mettle at each, the Australian Open remains the final jewel in her young but glittering crown. Philstar.com. The draw is expected to be formidable, with powerful names like Aryna Sabalenka, Iga Swiatek, Coco Gauff, Amanda Anisimova, and Elena Rybakina headlining the competition. Philstar.com. Yet for every powerhouse, there's an underdog story waiting to unfold. And in Eala's journey, from the courts of Manila and Macau to Auckland and soon Melbourne, the narrative is not just about rank or skill, it's about heart.